Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents, and welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your certified Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you half of the Bring Back My Bars that will be available June 2022 warm reviews. And none of this is ever a job for me, but if I have a burden or a responsibility that I feel toward you as my customers and as my viewers, Bring Back My Bar is a very important time for us as consultants and as YouTube channel content creators to take it seriously so that you guys know what in the world you're getting with these bars, because we have such a short window in which to purchase them and so many of them are totally unknown. So I will do my very best today to give you honest reviews and then to do some comparisons with other bars that I have here on the table to give you some sort of a frame of reference for what we have for June 2022 Bring Back My Bar purchasing. So first off, I have a bar out of this top 25, or the 25 that got voted back, that I really can't categorize. It's just its own thing. And that one is Root Beer Float. Now, my first impression on this is happiness. It's really creamy, it's really bright, it absolutely smells like a root beer float. It's spot on. There isn't anything else that I can say about it. It's good. It has a good strong throw. It is the perfect balance of the root beer with the creamy vanilla, and I think they did an amazing job. I do not have a bar of root beer barrel. If any of you have smelled root beer barrel and root beer float, I would really appreciate it if you'd leave me some sort of a review in the comments. I would assume root beer barrel is heavier and more on the root beer, because this has, oh, and here goes this always happens to me when I'm filming. We're going to shut it this time. I have my computer open so that I can give you scent notes, but I've never figured out how to mute that thing. Anyway, so root beer barrel is heavier than root beer float in my assumption from what I have heard from people online and on YouTube. So this root beer float, when we actually put it in a warmer in my daughter's room, it was the first thing that we wanted to try. It is just happiness. It is just yummy. It actually made the girls beg to go get a bottle of root beer and a gallon of ice cream or a pint of ice cream, and they made root beer floats that very night. So I think it's very authentic. It's very happy. It throws well. I don't know what the longevity is going to be, though, because we just did it in one room for a few hours because there are so many bars here. My assumption is that this will go for a day, maybe two, but I don't know that for sure yet. I'm sure down the road you'll see this in a regular what I've been warming. I could give you a better idea of the duration of good scent throw. Great bar. So now after that, for this first batch, I wanted to break these into two parts, part one and part two, so I could really spend some time on the bars. I have all of the softer, sweeter, more romantic, more floral, more fresh bars to talk about in this batch. And then the next video, which will probably be by the end of the week, I'll get that one up. That'll be all of your bakery bars and some of the other ones that are just kind of hard to categorize. But to start with, there are all these pink and purple bars, and they're all like sweet, creamy, floral, kind of difficult to discern. So I'm going, and I actually have notes. This is the only time you see me with notes. I do notes for these Bring Back My Bars because it's so many to do all at one time. Oh, and root beer float, I did say that I would be willing to club that. So it's not that I won't club it. I'm willing to. It depends on the number of bars after we get through all 25 that we absolutely fall in love with. If we don't club it, I could get 2 or 3. And it's the kind of bar where you're going to want to melt it when you have a craving, and that's about it. I don't see us doing it 24/7. So next on my list here is going to be the one that I liked the least when I was warming. And I'm really sorry because I know that many people have been so hyped up about this bar, and I was too. And it is Berry of Paradise. Now, what is my problem with Berry of Paradise? I don't like the blend of notes. There's this sweet strawberry, and then there is the Bird of Paradise flower, which I can only get sort of like this weird greenness that I don't like with the strawberry, and there's supposed to be vanilla bean in here, right? Let me take a look. Must be way down here. Yes. It's supposed to be sugared strawberry, Bird of Paradise, and vanilla bean. So either it's that the strawberry is too sweet and the Bird of Paradise flower is too green and sour together for me, or the vanilla throws it off. We put this in the warmer and none of us really cared for it. It is a good performer. It's a nice medium. It went for a whole day very well, but I'm just not loving it. But I did want to bring out another bar that we've had in the past, which is Strawberry Swirl. And Strawberry Swirl and Berry of Paradise definitely share some similarities. The big difference is that this Strawberry Swirl is sickeningly creamy, melted ice cream, and it gets a little bit of a funky note afterwards. Whereas the Berry of Paradise, it just has what to my nose are conflicting notes that I don't care for. And I know that people really didn't like in our last Bring Back My Bar, the one that had the huckleberry and the clementine and the strawberry vine note. I liked that much better than this, which I think is odd. So this is just really sweet, and my younger one's doing some gardening. So today's just one of those videos where there's going to be stuff in the background because we can't always hide in our rooms while Mama films, right? So anyway, these two, I don't like either one, but if you love Strawberry Swirl, I bet you'll love Berry of Paradise, or Berry of Paradise, which is why I brought them out. And if you didn't like Strawberry Swirl, like all the way, but you liked it a decent amount, maybe Berry of Paradise will be perfect for you. I don't know. Now, I am always on the hunt for just that perfect bar in a particular category. And I'm always rotating my club, and I'm always collecting as many bars as possible because I'm one of those people where I don't want just one spice scent. I want several, but I also want to know which one of those is like the bar. So I have a bar here where I have tried so many different green type scents over the years, hoping to find the bar. This is definitely it for me, and that is Bamboo Yuzu. This is beautiful. So good. So let me read what Scentsy says about this. That's way up at the top. So we have bamboo, lotus, yuzu, and sage. Now, the other day I was at Panera and I got one of their fancy new charged lemonades for summer, and it had mango and yuzu in it. Yuzu is a Japanese citrus fruit, and I think that's what I'm loving in here. There is sweetness. There is a little bit of tartness. There's the bamboo, and I love lotus also. And so it's green, but it's sweet. It's soft. Very different than this one, which was the Sunburst Bamboo from February. This is everything that I don't love. I don't hate it. But this is just like everything that pushes it astringent, whereas Bamboo Yuzu pushes everything to the sweeter side. So I might even want to melt both of these in the same room so I can use up what's left of my Sunburst Bamboo from my kit. But oh man, is this good. Now, I'm not getting va-va-voom performance out of it. I'm getting sort of like medium light, but I am trying to melt several different things in different zones, so I'm not sure. If you threw in a couple cubes in a hot warmer, this would probably perform pretty well. And as far as anything else that sort of smells like it, Route 66 that's coming back, did come back on Monday, and the Father's Day, there are some similarities with the Bamboo Yuzu because there's like greenness and sweetness in both of these, but this one's definitely more cologne heavy. But these two are similar, and I absolutely love it. So the Bamboo Yuzu is definitely going to go in our club, and I think I have ended that search for the perfect green scent. I absolutely love it. Okay, so next there are two very interesting scents here. Pineapple Coconut Vanilla and Coconut Vanilla Orchid. Now, when these were both in the catalog, I could never tell them apart, even just by reading the descriptions and the names. And I still am having trouble. I had to do all these notes this time because I kept mixing things up. So let's just pick one. Coconut Vanilla Orchid. This one was pretty, but also weird, odd to me. Let's see what Scentsy says about it. Orange zest, coconut milk, and vanilla orchid. Now, I love orchid. There are many smells that I have clubbed that have orchid in the notes, but this one, I do not know what it is about this bar that I certainly don't hate it. I'll be happy to melt the rest of it, but something doesn't completely mesh for me. I think it's that the orange and the vanilla orchid, to me, those two compete instead of complement. And there's coconut milk in here. Like, I get a creaminess, but I don't get anything that's distinctly coconut. So this bar had kind of a medium light throw. It was distinct in the room. I didn't hate it, but I don't know. It's just okay for me. It's aight, you know? So Now, the other one that is similar is the pineapple coconut vanilla. Now, this bar does not smell one bit like any of the things in this name. No pineapple, no coconut, no vanilla. But the last note that's in the description, I think it's down here at the bottom, this one. Pineapple blush, coconut, and blue fig. Why didn't they just name this creamy blue fig? And then I wouldn't be confused. It's a great bar, but I don't think it smells a darn thing like coconut or pineapple. It's a beautiful fig scent. It's definitely more on the tart side of fig, because figs can either be really mellow and rounded and juicy, or they can have a little bit of an astringency and a creaminess, and that's what this bar gives me. I liked it. I liked it enough that I think I want to get more, but I'm not sure that it's club worthy. It's kind of right on the edge because I love fig smells. So, pineapple coconut vanilla, beautiful scent. I just think it's very badly named. So, I pulled out some of my other figs over here. Okay, now obviously Midnight Fig is 100 times heavier. This is deep and dark and really dramatic. But the fig note in both of these is a little bit on the sharper side, whereas my favorite fig scent ever is French Kiss. And this one I have a few of from the flash sale. I should have kept it in my club. You know how this goes. Oh, and this is rounded and rich and mellow with the caramel and the coconut pulp, and I can't say enough about it. So this one is like its cousin. And then this one's probably like grandpa or grandma to these two, because this is definitely a serious and heavy bar. And there goes the phone again. So I do like pineapple coconut vanilla, but other people, I have been watching lots of reviews. I've asked my kids, asked my husband. They get more of the other notes than I do. For some reason, all I get is this fig with some creaminess. But it's a good bar, and I would say that I'm happy that it came back in this Bring Back My Bar. Okay, now, I have a couple here that are just interesting. I don't know when your Enchanted Mist and Inner Peace were released, but my suspicion is probably about a decade ago. These smell like older scent profiles to me. I've not done the hard work of digging everything up online this time. There's just too much else going on in my life, but I would really guess that these are older thought formulas. So your Enchanted Mist is a very interesting grouping of contradictions. Let's see what we got here. Where is that? Oh, there we go. Apple, rose petals, and jasmine. So to me, the apple is very much like an apple juice. And then you definitely get the rose and the jasmine. Do I think that those things really go together? If it was apple blossom, which is a gorgeous, like really sweet floral, I think that might have been more successful. I enjoyed this, but the other problem with this bar is I put it in the warmers, and the first 2 hours it was like, whoosh, and it was really good. It wasn't extremely strong. It was like a good solid medium, but then it dropped off a cliff. So I didn't even get an entire day out of this. I don't know that I'm going to get more. It's one of those bars where my only fear is that one day I'm just going to wake up craving it and I won't have any, because it's just super unique. If you really love complex, interesting, floaty floral fruities, you might like this. But this one is good. I don't find it at all offensive, but I don't think it's a good enough performer for me to get more. Now the next one, this happens to be my husband's favorite out of the whole bunch, and one of my daughters loves it too, and this is Inner Peace. Now my problem with Inner Peace is that for me and one of my kids, I get this powder note, which I don't think my other daughter or my husband gets. So you definitely get lemon, and let's see what Scentsy says about this one before I run away with it here. Inner Peace. Lemon Grove and Rejuvenating Cypress. So yes, I get both of those things. But there's this powderiness with it. It's definitely spa. It's definitely fresh. It's definitely soft. It's relaxing. I think it's a great bar. It's just that what I get is like everything you're supposed to get, plus a little hint of newborn nursery, which isn't my favorite. I keep this bar mostly for the channel so I can, yeah. Like, this is all baby powder. an inner piece isn't baby powder at all, but there's just this little weird note on the back end that makes me think of newborn nursery. But let's say you like newborn nursery, but it's too strong. This might be your bar. So I will probably buy more of this because the rest of the family thinks it's fantastic, and it is a very soothing scent, I will say that. It's very soothing. I think it would be great in a child's room. I think this would be nice in a library. It would definitely be nice in a study or an office where you need to have a peaceful, calm, tranquil place while you're trying to wrestle with the bills or do really difficult paperwork, which is like my nemesis. So inner peace, yes, it's good. It might go in the club. If it was just me, it probably wouldn't, but I think family consensus is it's a good bar that we should save at least for a little while. Okay, next one. Oh, do I like this bar. This is Zeppelin. And not only is it like the cutest, I love the packaging on this. It is unusual for a cologne scent. This is so good, and I'm so glad it's better than the Yucky Tester. There must be some really volatile oils in this one. So I will say this, if you buy Zeppelin, don't store it for a long time because it'll probably go bad on you. So it's got vetiver and sandalwood and citrus and sage. And I'm wondering if it's a bergamot citrus, like bergamot and lemon, because this bar is amazing. It's subtle. So if you have smelled, I grabbed a couple others. If you have smelled vanilla oud, it does not smell at all like vanilla oud, but it's sort of on that same plane of you smell it, but it doesn't throw super far. It's heavy. Because vanilla oud's kind of like that too. Totally different scent, much warmer, but it's, oh, this is just great. So like vanilla oud, I melt it all year long, but I think it's more winter appropriate. I think Zeppelin, honestly, is a great, cool, warm weather scent where you want to feel coolness, like emotionally, when you are sniffing it. Oh, this is good. I know that somebody, I don't know if it was Scentsy, produced a man smell called Titanium. I would actually think this one should be called Titanium. It gives me that feeling when I sniff it. Fabulous bar. So the other one I wanted to compare it to was Mystery Man. Now, Mystery Man is definitely stronger in the room and smoother, but the coolness, there's comparable coolness in these. And I know that there's bergamot and I'm blanking on the other notes. I'm pretty sure bergamot is in Mystery Man. Zeppelin is just, it's sharp, it's hard, not in like a bad sense, but there's like a hard sharpness to Zeppelin, but it's very sophisticated. Anyway, I just keep talking about it because I love it so much. Great bar, just isn't going to be super room filling. All right, now we get on to the last couple. These last four I really enjoyed. So, Forever Yours is the most mysterious bar out of the whole 25. I cannot nail down what this thing's supposed to smell like, even with a description. So, let's read that. Forever Yours. Sweet, creamy lemon, enchanting jasmine, a rhapsody of devotion. Now, in all honesty, I pride myself on having a good nose, being able to break apart scents, being able to tell you what this smells like. This scent, I cannot separate the lemon from the jasmine. And there have to be other notes because it's beautiful, but it's so melded, I cannot give you separate, distinct notes. Let me pop it out. I have warmed 2 cubes. Yeah, there's a little bit more lemon on the bottom, but this is so harmonious. I have it in my Desert Bloom warmer in my room. This is probably the most gentle bar out of all the ones I've warmed. Not very good throw, but the actual scent is gorgeous. So if you're willing to baby it in a small space, I would say that it is worth the investment, but it's not a great performer. All right, we're getting down there. Now this bar, I love this. I am absolutely loving it. And that is Flower Child. There you go, Flower Child. Amazing. Just enough better performance than Forever Yours. This bar is so nice. Let me read the description on Flower Child. Red berries, white gardenia, and sandalwood. Oh, man. This is light. I put it on my mantle. I put it in one of the smaller zones. It only throws a bubble. It's not going to fill your room, but I do not care. It's gorgeous. Oh, man. And it does linger. It's one that's not super strong, but it just keeps going, and it went for a good solid 24 hours for me. Now, I wanted to go grab a couple of the other scents that I have to kind of compare for Flower Child. And Forever Yours, I tried. It is its own thing. It's gorgeous. Don't have a good comparison for it. But I was just, all over the place and excited about Cinderella here. And Cinderella and Flower Child have similar notes. Yeah, they do. There's more Forget-Me-Not, and I think it's Magnolia that's in this one. No, it is Gardenia. Why do I always say that? There's Gardenia in both of these. This one smells more blue, and it's not just because it's a blue bar. Like the Forget-Me-Nots, it pushes it over in that direction. This one's very similar, though. So, like, if you have Cinderella in your club and you love her, you might want to try Flower Child, and then you have the tough decision of, do I need them both in my life? Because they're similar. They're gentle, they're sophisticated, they're sweet florals, they're beautiful, they're elegant. So I'm going to have to make a difficult decision. I'm probably going to get rid of Cinderella and keep Flower Child, but, we'll see. Anyway, those are very similar. And then another bar that is kind of more like Forever Yours. Yeah, if you're going to have some sort of a correlation between Forever Yours and something else, it is the old Sweet Amber and Freesia, which this one's not going to show up. This is my last bar, Sweet Amber and Freesia. It's also ridiculously light, only for a bedroom. So yeah, these two are about the best where I could give you kind of a correlation. Beautiful, light, gentle, sweet scents, just not very good on throw. Flower Child is slightly better. Okay, so now I'm down to my last two. And there's only one in here that I had absolutely known I had melted before, and I'm saving it for last in this review. So the one before that is Love You Very Much. This is absolutely going in my club. It's so good. This is something that I could melt in the fall, and it still has like berries and almost like a floral nature. It's sweet and light. Oh, but the cranberry in here is amazing. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's find this one. Love You Very Much. Red berries, white peach, cranberry, and vanilla. Oh. And I think it would be awesome to melt that in the same room as Scarlet Sunflower, which I hope comes back this fall. I did not club this. So Scarlet Sunflower has a greenness of the sunflower. I think it has musk. It definitely has cranberry. These two melted on the same day, like August or September. I struggle the most August and September to know what to melt because I'm dying to melt all of my hardcore pumpkin and harvest, but I know if I do it, I'm going to overdo it and then I'm going to be emotionally burned out on it. So August and September, I am always searching for good bars. These two totally fit the bill for that. Oh my gosh. So this Love You Very Much, it is berry forward. It is like late summer, juicy, wonderful peach and the other berries, but then the cranberry gives it that tartness that pushes it into fall, and then the vanilla just rounds it out. Oh, it's like sort of medium, maybe medium light. I've melted it 2 different cubes in this warmer here. Been totally happy with it. Can't wait to fill an entire room. Can you tell I like this one? So that's Love You Very Much. Phenomenal. So glad that we got it back. I've never smelled it before. Okay, and then the last one in this particular group would be my If I Could Only Have One out of this group, and I'll try to do If I Could Only Have One out of everything when I get the other ones melted, and that is Love and Happiness. This bar, I have nothing to compare it to. This is just its own thing. It's beautiful. It's happiness in a bar. It's chestnut. I almost always like chestnut notes. Let's see what Scentsy says. Chestnut, vanilla, and sugar cane. How those things go together and it smells this good. This is the only one where I was sad to pop it out of the warmer. I'm like, I want to melt more love and happiness. I've waited for like 3 or 4 years to get a bar. This one's going in the club, staying in the club, not coming out. Absolutely phenomenal. It is unusual, very unusual. Great for a smaller space. If you use extra cubes, I think it would be fine in a main living area. Not a cathedral ceiling scent, though. It's not that strong. Oh, so good. So that is my first part 1 review of the June 2022 Bring Back My Bars. If you guys have any other thoughts, please put them down, because I want people to get as honest a look at these as possible. And so if you blatantly disagree with me, please put that down. Tell me what it is that you don't care for about a bar. And then all of the bakery and the others, I will be starting to melt those tomorrow, and it'll probably take me 2 or 3 days to get through all of those, and then I will do another review on part 2. And I hope that that really sets you guys up to purchase with confidence. If you do not have a consultant yet, I would love to be your consultant. You're always welcome to leave me questions in the comments. You can email me. You can get that information on the website. And I really treasure all of you and all your interactions on this channel. So have a great day and really enjoy your June BBMBs. Bye-bye, guys.